I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. Holla fuck the world with my chest full of smoke. I choke on my breakfast, the end of my necklace say Dope House Records, exclusive Stone, Texas. The diamonds in my emblem.
Oh my god. Anyways, this is Casey Bowles, and Tyler's still disappointing me on episode 6 of the Texas
I
Meltdown.
would disappoint you for the rest of our fucking lives, man. That's all I'm saying.
We got a good show for you today. Hope you liked the Colt Moore interview on the last episode. And we
I would
are
have liked it a
brought...
lot better without your fucking echo, but we'll just leave
Fuck
that part
you
out.
and fuck anybody else got something to say about it. I tried to fix it, and I couldn't. And
Hey,
I'm just
it's
as
all
mad.
a learning process. I'm proud of you that we even got an interview in the first place. You know,
You're welcome.
it's badass. I appreciate it. I thought it was cool. I hate I couldn't have been
enjoyed
here for it, but you know, I did enjoy listening to it besides the echo. But hey,
Yeah, well, fuck you and your echo. We are brought to you by Fat Jack's Oyster and Sports Bar. Like I always say, best ribeyes in town. That's topping out all the other places that are actually steakhouses. Best oysters you can get. I mean, shit, we're a pretty good ways from the shore. It's probably the best you go get up here. At least that.
hey, they are one of the very few bars in town that I know of that sell fucking Lone Star beer. Also, if you can get Lone Star and orange juice to cure a hangover,
And live music.
damn good live music.
Tons of live music.
Speaking of live music, dude, what shows I got coming up this week?
This week we got Donnie Dotson's gonna be there.
Shut
No
the fuck
shit,
up.
man.
Thursday,
What?
the 17th. That is my homie. We're actually
my
gonna have him on the
gosh.
show for his album release. His album's releasing in a couple weeks. He wants to be on the show.
Fuck yeah, man. That's
And
awesome.
then Lee Mathis and Heather Harper. I don't know who Heather Harper is, but Lee Mathis a bad son gun.
Well, we can only imagine following the lineup that she's pretty fucking good also. Go to Fat Jack's Oyster and Sports Bar right there on State Line,
And then
Texarkana, Arkansas.
Saturday on the 19th, Tyler, you're getting a little ahead of yourself.
Sorry.
Sorry, Diamondback Alley. They're on Saturday. Brewing that.
I really don't have nothing to say about that. I mean, like, I feel
just
kind of
saying.
shitty now. Like, I thought we were done with the shows or whatever because you went off to.
Diamondback Alley sounds like a cool name. I feel like they're creative people for that name. So I go,
Yeah.
If Donnie's playing on Thursday, I'm definitely late for work on Friday.
yeah. And Lee Mathis is on there Friday. If I have enough money, I'm gonna go there.
I'm excited about it.
Podcasts don't pay the best. We are also brought to you by the Knighton Center in Texarkana, Texas, off of Kings Highway, right next to the Roadrunner. Go talk to Terry Knighton, FMP, for all your family and acute medical needs. I hear he's adding another FMP. Said that last week, but it's getting closer. Give him a call at 903-838-0444. Definitely an easy number to remember. Last but not least, we are brought to you by TW's Automotive. Go talk to Lee and Tommy Welburn. They'll hook you up on some mechanic work. They can work on anything you got. Ain't much they don't know.
So, on this week's Artist of the Week, we're going to be talking to you about Bart Crow. Man, this guy is almost as big as George Strait, but in Texas country music size. I mean, I love this guy. I believe he's a pioneer for Texas country, almost equivalent to Randy Rogers or anybody like that. I mean, if you can go out to a bar room anywhere in Texas and not hear at least one of Bart Crow's songs, you're in the way wrong place. They're not playing country music there. I mean, that's all I can tell you. But this guy is hands down one of my favorite artists, a positive thinker, influential person.
I don't know about positive. His songs, some of them are just really sad.
Well, okay, yeah, his songs maybe not so much, but as him overall as a person,
Oh, and a really nice guy.
yeah, positive thinker. I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, has he had his tough times? Absolutely. Everybody's had their tough times. The fact of the matter is, though, is that he can write his down, show you where he's been in those songs, his lowest lows, bottom of his barrel, and bring him back and bring you back up to where he's at. The last album he put out was 3 years ago. It was The Parade. It's been a long journey since then. He hasn't came up with any new albums since then, but this year, 2019, we're going to be looking at him coming out with some new albums. He's excited about it. I'm excited about it. I mean, I'm ready to hear about it. He's been on Twitter tweeting about it and stuff. Matter of fact, he had one coming out on New Year's Eve. It was it's been 3 years plus since I released my last album, The Parade. It's been 2 years since I watched it tank. It's been 6 months since I got over it and myself and returned to the studio. It'll be 30 days until I release new music. It'll be 4 to 5 months before I release a new E EP.
I like his old music. Like, basically, all the old songs I love are on Brewster Street Live. That album, he put that together with what he knew, had to have known that all those were his best songs. They were just great, and he did it really good. The whole album is like you're literally at the concert. Like, it's basically the whole concert recorded. Like, you can hear the in-betweens and it's such a good album, man, and it meant so much to me because it saved me through a lot of the hard times I went through. Like, I listened to those musics. Like, I've been through a couple bad breakups, and that just always, Bart Crow, Brewster Street Live got me through it, man. Got me through it. Yes, I swear. Like, first thing I did when I moved away from Texas County the first time, way back, man, I hit a back road on Brewster Street Live, and I got to drinking and having a good old time by myself. Wasn't a good time. It was a little cry fest, whatever. I ain't throwing myself a pity party.
Not everybody can record a live album that good.
That does take a lot of talent.
Yeah, and the fact that you can hear the in-betweens, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like the song ends, you hear the crowd clap, boom, he says something short, and in the next song, the beginning of the next song, it's more like, on this one, he's like, at the end of this song, you hear him say, I wrote this song for my sister, and then it goes into Tammy, which is a song about his sister. Like, it literally flowed together, as in, he would announce the next song on the song before.
Right.
Like, that's just, not many artists have done that with their live albums. A
Not
lot of
many
people
can pull
think,
it off.
yeah, they
this is
just
also
think
your
you can
point.
record your song parts, but I want to be there for the experience, except in my truck. I want to be able to visualize where I'm at. I want to hear people hooping and hollering in the crowd in between songs, saying random shit. Ryan Bingham puts live albums like that. You know, like you can hear people hollering stuff, and like everything just flows right. But I mean, that's fucking Ryan Bingham and Bart Crow we're talking about. You know, like Bart Crow didn't get the Academy Award and shit, you know, for like writing. Ryan Bingham was the same as Bart Crow until he got his Grammy or whatever Academy Award for his movie thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, they come from basically the same place. It's just Ryan Bingham was a real cowboy and Bart Crow wasn't.
Right. I mean, that's probably why Rolling Stones did a write-up over Bart Crow under one of the artists you need to know for country music. I mean, that's pretty kick-ass. I mean, a Rolling Stones write-up, 10 artists you need to know. He made the list.
Yeah,
I mean, shit, that's an achievement. Not to mention, he also got to play at the Grand Ole Opry. How fucking badass is that? Texas country artists playing at the Grand Ole Opry.
There's been a couple of them do it, but Grand Ole Opry is like, that's never, you know, like,
Well,
you
I mean,
solidified your point in history. Whenever you play at the Grand Ole Opry, you've made it pretty damn far. Like, you ain't made it to the top or nothing, but you know you're well known and you're good at what you do if you play at places like that.
And not to mention, but that was in 2015. I mean, that was when Texas country was still new to people, and just like it is today, it's still new to a lot of people, but it's still making a big up and coming. But to be 3 or 4 years ago, I mean, that's an achievement in my books.
Like, to tell you the truth, the majority of the people I meet working and stuff, they'd never heard of Texas country. 90% of these people
I know, and that blows my mind, man.
They know "Kiss Me in the Dark" by Randy Rogers,
Right,
and
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
oh,
guess
you
it's-
mean like Randy Rogers? I'm like, well, it goes a lot deeper than that, buddy. I mean, I like Randy Rogers, but that's kind of on the lighter side of what I listen to.
Yeah, they're just knocking on the door. They ain't opened it yet.
Yeah, like okay, you keep progressing. Now
Yep,
listen,
yep.
go check out Bart Crow.
Yep. And that's kind of what
Josh Abbott Band before they got their major record label.
Yeah. Josh Abbott, man, he's come a long way too, man.
Yeah, he shouldn't have signed, whatever. That's not my business. It ain't none of my business.
It's not.
I wasn't there. I
Hey.
don't know what the contract looks like. It might have been advertising.
This
I don't
probably was a
know.
lot more beneficial for him than going from bar room to bar room.
I don't know,
being
man.
hungry.
They make a lot of money doing that.
This is true too. I don't know.
We met Bart Crow one time, and it was probably one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had with a musician. I was mad. I'd been having like a terrible, terrible week, and like I got drunk. I was having a rough time. I got drunk, and then I'm mad because Bart Crow ain't played nothing from his old like Brewster Street Live album, stuff like that. He was trying to promote his new music, but I just didn't hear anything I knew other than Little Angel with a Bottle, and I was like, shit, this is unacceptable. And I went up to him, and I'm like, hey man, look, I after like everybody done basically cleared out of the bar. There wasn't many people in there. And I'm like, buddy, look, I come up here to hear Bart fucking Crow, and all I heard was a bunch of songs I didn't know yet. And he's like, well, buddy, he was like, you seem pretty passionate about it. He was like, I'll tell you why it was. And he went on this big spew about his buddy, and by the end of it, I was teared up, about to cry, and so was he. And then Tyler walks up and give him a high five. He's like, "High five, buddy, you got me laid tonight." Boom, high fives Bart Crow. I'm upset, and we go right back into the conversation, and Tyler's like, "No, y'all ain't ruining my night tonight."
Yeah.
Just walks off. I could have met Bart Crow and been in the same fucked up conversation we was having. But instead, he opted out.
I had other intentions on my mind that night, man.
Yeah, we had a fun night that night, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, man, Bart Crow's an awesome guy. Just all around a good person. I mean, he's
Not much bad about him at all, I found. Even his songs, like in between, like, he hasn't had any, like, just real albums in 3 years, but he's released a lot of music. In the past couple years, he's released a lot of music. And even those singles that I don't feel like are ever going to be on an album are still badass. Dear Music is like, man. And he also covered Let It Bleed. Fucking A, man. Bart Crow did.
Woke up this morning, hear the sound of raindrops falling down. Another "Where the hell am I" town that we're playing. Then I thought, how the hell did I get here? Been another sleepless year, my hair is turning. But I love, love, love you. Yes, I love, love, love you. Take my fears when I'm afraid. When I'm lost, you find a way. You turn tears into a smile. It really drives me wild. So here's to the songs that I play, and the love that music saves, while the band plays rock and roll to some forgotten song. Don't you cry, wipe the sleep out of your eyes. Come and kiss my face goodbye. The clock is turning. Don't be sad. Think of all the times we've had. Yeah, the good ones and the bad. I'll always love you. Yes, I love, love, love you. Yes, I love, love, love you. You take my fears when I'm afraid. When I'm lost, you find a way. You turn tears into a smile. It really drives me wild. So here's to the songs that I play, and the love that music saves, while the band plays rock and roll to some forgotten song. And I love, love, love you. Yes, I love, love, love you. You take my fears when I'm afraid. When I'm lost, you find a way. You turn tears into a smile. It really drives me wild. So here's to the songs that I play, and the love that music saves, while the band plays rock and roll.
let's start out with by the fact that you ran in the house, you ran in the door today, and you said, "Give me a fucking notepad and a pen," because you had so much on your mind. So you're going to kick us off. Whatever the fuck it is you got on your
What
mind.
do you have going on?
Jeff Bezos is getting a divorce of 25 years with his wife. Note, he's the richest man.
Yeah, that's the owner of Amazon.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he's owner of Amazon. For all you uneducated people that didn't know that. Half of his money, she's taking half his money. Comes out to $137 billion. If y'all want to hear the next, like, he's like on the top of the list of divorces. Like,
Yeah,
most money lost in
that
divorce.
is definitely the top.
The second most is like $3.8 billion. Then it drops down to like 1.8, 1.3.
So imagine how much money he has that we don't know about.
You know, like, why they're getting a divorce, right? It's because, like, him and somebody else, it's
Are you sure?
it's two couples married. He started fucking the wife of another married couple. The husband of the other married couple was completely blindsided. His wife obviously knew something was going on. I mean, let's be honest. A woman knows just about every fucking thing there is to know about a relationship when it's going on. Whether or not she wants it to be known or not, that bitch knows. Well, either way, he got caught fucking another bitch. Text messages and all, talking about like, oh, I would love to fucking like breathe you in. Like, I'm ready to breathe you in. I'm ready to fucking caress your body with my body. Like, shit like that. I mean, just like off the wall text messages to another woman caught by his woman.
Can I throw out another fact? Out of the 100 richest women in the world, guess how many of them won that money in a divorce or got it through an inheritance? Tyler, take a guess. What number out of 100?
Out of 100 women,
Out of the top 100 richest women in the world, how many of them got their money from divorce or an inheritance?
I'm gonna run with 25.
98 out of 100.
Holy fuck!
Only 2 of them earned that. Now, I love women. I'm not
No, yeah,
bashing
not
women.
knocking women or nothing like that,
I'm
but
just
holy
throwing out
shit, look at the statistics.
A wild fact.
So, I mean, I hope the fuck like this is a really valid fact and it's not bullshit.
You know what? I want to know how many of those, like, got a lot of money out of this divorce, married another rich dude, divorced him, and got even more money.
I'm sure probably 88 of the 98 women. As shitty as that sounds, I mean, I love women, but women are fucking evil. I am not surprised at all at those numbers. I mean, I slightly am, but honestly, like, let's be honest here. I mean, I don't know. It's going to sound really, really feminist, not feminist, whatever, however you want to put it. I mean, I don't really know. Sexist, yeah. It's going to sound really sexist, but I mean, shit, dude. A man's always been known to provide for his family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not knocking women by any means. Don't take that personal. I hope you don't. For those of you who do, fuck you. I don't really care. But, I mean, let's be honest. A man has always been known to provide for his family. Back in
And
the
that
old
goes to the
days,
Bible, yeah.
now,
And it's
like,
just-
I mean, and well, not so much now as
There's
back in the
nothing new.
60s and 70s and shit like that. But you got to think about those statistics. What time era have those been pulled out of? You know what I'm saying? So
I mean,
it's not that
far as you
unbelievable
can
for me to
remember.
think that the women, 98 of the 100 women that are richest in the world, did get their money from men. You know what I mean?
Or
Or family
inheritance.
inheritance or whatever else. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like I said,
fucked up.
I'm not knocking women,
That
but
is
let's be
incredibly sexist.
it is incredibly sexist, but at the
fact.
same time, it's the truth.
It
If
is,
you
but
can't handle that shit, it's the fucking truth though.
I even feel like you can't talk about it. Go ahead though.
I mean, well, I'm not saying we can't talk about it. I mean, it is, but it is true though.
I'm
You know,
listening.
a
I'm
man has
listening.
been known to provide for his
Yes.
family since the Stone Age.
But nowadays, it's more like in the end, like if shit just really goes south, then it's up to the man. I feel like. I feel
Yeah,
like
well, I mean,
nowadays, it's more like
nowadays-
try to
nowadays-
be equal, and then like whenever shit hits the fan, you know, the man's supposed to be there. Because things have changed nowadays.
Things
Like,
have changed nowadays.
Shit,
and I
dude.
can agree with that. Yes, I
you-
really do.
You just,
But at the same time,
I'm just
I
not
mean,
a big Housewife fan nowadays. I feel like they're a little wilder than the rest.
I mean, it could.
I have a very
If it's affordable, if it's financially, your family's not struggling, and your wife can be a stay-at-home housewife. I would love for my wife to be a stay-at-home
That would be
housewife
great.
if financially I could do it. Not saying that I want to be the main provider. I want to hold that over her head. No, that's not why it is. It's that I want my kids to grow up with a better perception on life than sometimes what life will give you young as a kid. I know that when it comes time for me to have kids, that I'm going to have kids in a stable environment, that I'm not going to let shit be fucked up and have fucked up thoughts for my kids. You know what I'm
Daycare
saying?
these days.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Pay
there's a lot of rough things.
$500
Well, I mean,
a
look at
Man,
MTV.
dude,
Look at
it's
how
so
far
expensive.
MTV has came.
But whenever I was a kid, like it wasn't like that. Like
No, it's
everybody
not.
was in daycare.
Yeah,
you know that's
yeah.
where we met our kindergarten friends at. Like we already knew them from daycare.
For most families, I can't say most families. A lot of families, it's cheaper just keep the wife to stay at home and watch the kids than it is for her to work and spend her whole paycheck on daycare.
And then some.
Can I ask you something though? Not knocking MTV in any kind of way. Well, no, never mind. Fuck it.
fucking
I'm
hate
knocking MTV in every fucking kind of way.
I fucking hate MTV.
All right, I fucking hate MTV too. But you know what? You didn't grow up hating MTV.
No, I did not.
It was
I
the
didn't.
shit. That
It
was the fucking. That was what
But
you
it's
grew up watching
changed.
as a kid.
Like Jersey
as a
Shore
kid,
come
as a
out,
teenager,
and I watched
like
that, and then after that, I noticed a trend, and I was like, okay, like Jersey Shore was the first to like a little thing they had, and then
Yeah.
it just like went to fuck from
no,
there.
it really did. I mean, we got. I watched.
Jersey
I watched
Shore,
it.
the original one, it was funny. It really was interesting. It was the first time that it happened. And, you know, it really was interesting. Then after that, they took shit too far with all their other shows, other Teen Mom bullshit.
Well,
like,
yeah, Teen Mom from
that
the
shoulda
fucking. You
never
know, nowadays
happened.
they got shows about drugs and the drug cartel families and their kids talking about shit on
Yes,
MTV.
that's VH1.
What?
No, that's
no,
VH1.
No. It is MTV.
Oh, VH1 also has a show talking
VH1,
about the drug
there
lords'
is two or
kids.
three. There
And
is
that's
2 or 3
bullshit,
shows. That
man.
is
Like,
bullshit, man.
shouldn't
That's a
talk about
fucking.
them motherfuckers.
That is a teenage fucking TV channel, and you're channeling that kind of energy into our youth nowadays. It's not. I mean, dude, it's
Like,
oh
yeah,
my god,
you're
it blows
saying
my
it's
fucking
bad,
mind.
But I mean, fuck, you tell a kid it's bad. What do you think they're gonna do?
They're immediately going to want to know
Yes.
why it's bad.
Because
and-
they're
well,
seeing
you know what I
people
mean.
I'll tell you
being
what, though.
just like baller as shit.
I watched the shit out of some MTV Cribs.
Okay.
That
You know,
was
some of those
my
weren't even
show.
fucking real. Like
That
one of the
was
very
cool.
first shows that MTV aired over the MTV Cribs. That motherfucker lied the entire time. That was not his house.
I remember Tony Hawk's.
Bow Wows,
really
those weren't
sticks
his
out.
vehicles in those videos. I mean, there's tons of like if
Oh,
you go
yeah,
back
they,
and
like,
actually
leased
research that
cars
shit.
and stuff.
Oh
They
yeah,
leased
yeah.
cars.
But they were all had license plates or rental companies on them. You can Google that. I did read up on it. I watched the little
Oh, I remember
bullshit
that
video.
happened,
man.
For whatever
That's like a
reason, I
big
fell off
deal.
into finding
That
out
was like
about
a big
MTV
deal.
shit. But
Y'all
That was
watched
a big
that?
deal as a kid. Like, that's when we found out. You
yeah,
know?
man. I mean, that was like a
That's
growing.
like that's like the point whenever you was a kid and you found out wrestling was fake.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah.
you was like
That was almost-
17 years old and it's like, oh shit. All these fake ass celebrities.
Y'all watch the video of that dude in prison? Like, it's like a prison cell. It's like, my name's Jerome. This is my crib. It's like, you haven't seen that?
Where the fuck is it? Where did you even pull that from? Where'd that come from? Is that a TV show or
No,
something?
there's a video on the internet.
Oh no, I ain't seen it. I haven't seen it.
I remember,
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to the whole
somebody-
thing, I don't
I've
guess.
seen a couple parodies on TV shows about that. It was funny.
Let me take you over to my kitchen. And it's like fast forwards him walking through the cell. He's got a shelf like ramen noodles and Cheetos on it.
Prison's a motherfucker.
I remember they
I
did
would cry
like
if I
Red
went to
Man
prison.
and Method Man. Y'all know who Red Man and Method Man are from
Yeah.
How High? Okay, so they did their house. They were like in the ghetto.
How the fuck do you know
And he
those
like had
are?
all his money stuffed in a sock on top of the refrigerator.
God damn.
It was funny. He was like, "This right here is where our bills are."
Oh man.
He started pulling out. It's funny, man. It's great. It's great.
But no, man. I mean,
This right here is why I'm here. I'm telling y'all right now, like we can talk about whatever the fuck we want.
we can talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Like, you know, how, like just that was just so random, but I
It was
loved
random, but I mean, it
It
was-
was good conversation. I loved it.
It's always great conversation.
That's why I'm here.
No, it's
like
not always great
I feel like
conversation.
our conversations on this couch need to be
I don't give a
recorded.
fuck about putting my conversation on this couch out
because
there.
I feel
it
like there
wouldn't
should
be
always
no
be
different
some-
whether we're right here doing a podcast or not. It wouldn't be no different.
We should always have some microphones running on this couch. If we're sitting on this couch, I feel like there should be some microphones running. I don't care if we're watching a movie, a documentary, stand-up comedy. I don't care.
I don't know.
couch
Honestly,
should be
I can agree with you on that. Just because the conversation we had right before we went recording was after you shake your hand on a money bet that 30 seconds after that deal, you can go back on your word. Casey made that argument, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like the fucking 5-second rule for food dropping on the floor? Like, that doesn't count. You
It's a
can't do
thing.
that.
It's a thing.
He's just mad now that he's going to
It
owe me
almost
$100
sounds
by the end of the night.
It almost
It's a
sounds
thing.
good.
It's a
but
thing.
It sounds good, but guess
if
what?
if it's not a thing, it should be a thing.
If you're a
and I made
fucking
it
man of your
thing.
word and you fucking shook my hand on a money deal, you bet your ass you just fucking made a deal.
We'll see.
We'll fucking
We'll see who
see.
gets
We'll
that
fucking
money.
see. He owes me $100 now. Just shouting
I
out
don't
to
owe
everybody
him
out
shit.
there.
I don't owe
The
him
bet
shit.
is that he said he was going to take the koozie off my beer and put it on his beer. I'm telling him right
By
now.
the end of the night is long from being over with.
The night is long from being over with, and that's totally fine. But I'd be damned
That
if you're gonna get
koozie's
my
going
fucking
home with
koozie.
me.
This was a present.
It
This was
looks
a
gay
gift.
with Tyler,
It does
but it
look
looked
gay
good
as
with
shit.
me.
But I love it. It
Man,
was given
I
to me
could
by
pull
somebody
it off, Tyler could.
that put thought into the koozie for me. Fuck you. I appreciate it. You're not getting
I'm
it.
taking that koozie.
You're not fucking getting
I'm taking
it.
that koozie.
You owe me $100, by the way.
Why are you here?
Why the fuck am I here? I'm here because of the music part of it. I could give a shit less about my opinion being put out there. Do I think it's informative? Do I think it's entertaining? I give it 50-50 on both. But my biggest deal for me being here is the music side of it. I'll be honest with you. Music has been there for me when I feel like I haven't had nobody there for me. I enjoy the shit out of the music I listen to, and I want the person that is singing to me for them to put the fucking words in my ear for the thoughts that I'm thinking. And that's why I listen to fucking Texas country, because it's somebody that's been there and that can actually fucking write a song and make it sound good to me and make me feel what it is they're thinking on the same terms that I'm feeling what it is that I'm thinking. That is why I love Texas country. And 90% of those motherfuckers that are writing and singing these songs, you can walk up to them in a bar and you would never think they even are anybody.
You
Not
talk
saying
to
I
them
would
like
ever
they're normal
talk them up
people.
or not treat them like they're anybody
Yeah.
or whatever, because I would be excited to meet them or whatever else. But guess what? At the end of the day, you're a human being. You put your pants on one leg at a time just like I fucking do. You ain't no better than I am. Yeah, you can sing and write songs and you're famous or cool for it, whatever else. That's badass. But how are you as a person? Just because your music sounds good don't mean you're a good person. You could be a shitty person.
And
But-
dude, that's like some real shit right there.
That is
That's
some real
what I'm talking
shit.
about.
That
That's-
is some real shit. But I'm saying, though, that is why the fuck I listen to Texas country. That's why I want to get it out there. Is because I know what the fuck it is to me, and I know what's meant for me, and I enjoy listening to it. I know others would enjoy listening to it if they either had the knowledge of it or could listen to it, And that's why I want to put our podcast out there.
real shit.
Yeah, real shit
And
about
that's
real
why
people, about
I'm
real
fucking
artists
here.
doing real shit.
I hear people tell me all the time, they're like, hey, listen to this guy. They're fucking real. They're blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's fucking propaganda bullshit that I don't want to listen to.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
too
will tell
political.
you,
It's too
yes,
political.
I don't like anything about politics or religion. I
Yeah.
don't like that. Get away from me. And that's all
You're
anybody wants to do nowadays.
overcomplicating.
Like,
You're making a mountain out of an
big
ant
deal.
mound.
Yes, exactly.
For
like
what?
it's a big
It's a
deal
song
in its
at the end
own
of the
way,
day.
but not something that we all need to be discussing. Like whenever I
Exactly.
was a kid, I remember my parents specifically telling me that it was disrespectful to ask somebody who they were voting for. And then nowadays, shit, man, it's
You
like
got
crazy.
protesters. You got
Yes.
people trying to shove it
And
down
I'm
your
just like,
throat.
fucking
for
vote.
what?
If it's that big of a deal to you, vote. But anyways, that's not what I want to get into
right.
it about. I want to talk about the fact that I want to tell you about real shit, stuff that will apply to you and apply to everybody else, like it applies to your day-to-day life and not just like your beliefs, but like shit that actually happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
factual shit.
Yes, factual shit. Like we had this happen this weekend, or that weekend we had this happen, or this time we had at work we had this happen, and this is how this applies to work. And, this is why you should think about
And
this.
the only
that's why-
difference, in my opinion, from between us and the people that we are around every day, because I'll be honest with you, we're three blue collar people that have next to not a fucking dime to our name, but we know there's so many people out there just like us that have their day-to-day life struggles and issues, and they want to talk about it, but they don't have anybody to talk about it to, because guess what? You're not going to fucking go crying to anybody because you're better than that. You're too prideful, I guess, in a way, or sense or matter, form, whatever else. But this podcast also is for those people out there that have somebody to relate to without even having to fucking talk to them.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just informative. I want you to relate to what we say. I feel like what we say is just,
It's
a knowledgeable way to think about things you wouldn't think about, because there's so many different arguments in our conversation that, it's like you're gonna agree with something and it's gonna like stick. You'll be like, yeah,
Or you're gonna think
that's me.
Totally random and wild like we do.
yeah.
Like
Like we get
for
we're
example,
random as fuck. Like we get we're random as shit. And it's just, it's not the fact of whether or not we're staying on topic or anything else. It's about the fact of it's all knowledge.
For example, I heard this quote today. It says, "The greatest minds are capable of the greatest vices as well as the greatest virtues." I think that's a badass quote. They never said who said it, so I looked this quote up. It's by Descartes, the French mathematician, scientist. Okay, well he's like big. He's almost the father of science. Like this dude.
Yeah.
Everybody looks up to him. Well, I dug in deep into this quote, and he actually said that as he had a cat nailed to a board, and he was trying to make his point that animals don't have souls, and he said that as he sliced this cat in half.
Holy shit, that's dark as fuck.
I mean, that went way left.
Out
Random
of
shit.
a random quote I heard during the day.
Oh, it was like a good quote that just so
Yeah.
happened. It was like this crazy motherfucker slicing a cat in half.
God
Okay,
damn it,
I
it's
got
kinda
you.
wild. I got
I
two-
was like, man, that's
Something
dark.
random I had
Y'all heard
happen to
about
me.
this dude in school. Like
I
you
probably
read
did.
about him. in
Probably
history books.
did. Don't remember it.
Yeah, I
There's
don't
probably a
remember
reason
that
for
one
that. They didn't want us remembering that crazy motherfucker that sliced a cat in half.
I bet we didn't learn that in school.
He discovered a lot of shit.
No, I mean, yeah, not knocking the guy, whatever. He
Smart
just
man,
looked just a little
wild.
weird, just a
You
little out
never
there.
know.
That's pretty out there.
Yeah, but speaking of random shit that happens to you during the day, and random thoughts. I'm driving to work the other morning, and I stopped and I grab an energy drink because I have to have my caffeine in the morning to
And
get
you're already
woken up.
late, so
Yeah, I'm already late. Whatever. Fuck it. Fuck you for bringing that point up. Whatever. Anyways, I'm already late for work. Whatever else. I gotta have my caffeine so that when I do get there, I actually get shit done. I guess.
yeah. 'cause you
So
didn't
got my
sleep well.
caffeine, drinking a pina colada. Bang. Never had it before. I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. I've never even had a pina colada
That seems
before.
so gross.
So then I start drinking this drink or whatever else, and I was like, this is not half-assed bad. I fucking like it. And when I started when all this was going on, me and my girlfriend had just gotten back together, and I was like, I wonder if Samuel likes pina coladas. I've never even asked her that, because the whole moral of that song is that the guy is with his woman,
God,
and they're
don't
discovering
do that.
new, they're discovering new fucking things about each other. Like, holy shit! Like, don't fucking laugh at me for
Pina
that.
coladas.
Yeah, no. And the sad part is, like, they were two lovers that were lost or whatever else, and they
Stop-
didn't know that
Tyler,
they had
stop
that.
too
making
far
love
gone,
to you.
man. Tyler,
How the fuck is it that?
If
far
she stopped
coming?
making love to you at midnight, you might be able to get to work on time.
oh man, yeah, maybe you're late too much. To
Look,
that
man,
song.
good sex is.
Sam, if you're listening to this,
We did not mean to
Boy,
bring that up, but I
get
mean
to
seriously
work.
though, let him get to work on time, girl.
It
So
ain't
you
her
gotta do
fault.
it.
I'm a grown ass man. I know what time that alarm clock goes
I
off.
can say no. I can say no.
I can say no, but I'm not gonna say no.
me too.
But I'm serious though, man. And you know what I mean. But that's also like, I mean, that's one of those deals. Like, I'm gonna put it out there because guess what? I don't really give a shit anymore. That's my best fucking friend. We had a tough time we
love you,
went
Sam.
through. I do. I give a shout out to her. I
I
will.
love her to death. She's
She
my
is
fucking
one of
homegirl.
she is one of those people that is real as shit. She ain't gonna hold shit back from you, and she ain't gonna give you shit unless she thinks
I
motherfuckers
remember
had kind of a rough
specific
time. We should
story
probably be
that
kind of nice to
anybody
him.
else in this world would have probably punched me in the fucking face over. But I was laying on the couch at our old house, and I was asleep, and it was like midnight or so, and she come in there, and she was trying to be nice and like wake me up and tell me to go to bed because I had to work the next day. But instead, I like wake up, and then she starts like going at me about something, like just talking, telling me about something. I'm just like, Sam, can you please fuck off for about like 30 seconds and come back tell me this story? And she just looked at me. She said, fuck you. Okay. And like, she come back around like a minute or so. And then she told me the story. I was like, okay, I'm so sorry about a while ago. But I had to get my shit together. But that's how I knew she was a good person, because she understood. I wasn't really I was being a tremendous asshole in a way, but like for the
Well, I mean,
most
it's
part,
you, so-
it was meant to be like fucking comical. Like,
Yeah.
it was more like, it wasn't meant to be as mean as what it sounded.
Right,
and
right,
she
right.
knew that immediately about me. She was like, boom, okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Shit, man. She's a good chick though. I love her to death.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
aside from all that and everything else, man, I mean, at the end of the day, we're here doing this podcast to run our shit by you. Whether you give a shit or not, whether you're listening or not, that's totally on you. But we're here doing it regardless of all that. Because at the end of the day, we're still going to be here doing it, whether we're recording it on this fucking podcast or not.
Yeah, this is gonna be going. This goes on like 3 nights a week that we don't fucking record it. So
Yeah,
just
really
think
for
about
years
it.
though.
Yeah. But I mean, it's
One
happened
day,
for a long time.
one day we're gonna catch some revolutionary shit. I
Yeah,
promise
we
you.
might or we might not, but it's shit that people are listening to and people are chiming into and people are enjoying. And then the fact that even in the slightest chance that I'm making your day a little bit better once a week, for an hour a week, for 30 minutes a week, whatever it is, I feel a little bit more accomplished in life. The fact that I can do it to so many more people without having to be in the same room as those people makes me feel that much better.
I
in
think
life.
it's cool that we can all three sit here and talk, like, and not put on a show. Like, this is literally us talking. If you
It's all
ever
real
meet any
shit.
of us, like, we are fucking real.
like
this
the
is how
same
we
way I'm
just
talking
normally
on this
talk.
fucking thing, I'm talking to you in real fucking life.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, man. Not
I've
a lot of
always
people
wanted
can
to get this
fucking
shit
do
on
it. And I'll be
record. I've
honest
always
with you,
wanted to
it
do
didn't
that.
start out like this. It was a struggle.
It was a struggle.
It was a struggle.
motherfucker.
It went from us recording 5 to 6 nights a week. What? It was what? Like
oh man, yeah, and
6 or
getting
7 weeks ago?
and
6 or
getting
7
like
weeks ago?
30 minutes, 40
if
minutes
that
worth of
struggling. This
And-
is not easy. It's really not. This is one of the a lot harder things in my life I've had to do, and I didn't think it was going to take it. But guess what? I feel a little bit more accomplished in my life that I can do it now. You know what I mean?
I'm so excited that after 6 episodes, we went from not knowing a goddamn thing about this to having live episodes. Basically, like we
Yeah.
haven't started putting it on Facebook Live, but we don't cut and edit this shit anymore. Like
No.
we don't. At all, like we do it completely live, and we learned that in 6 episodes. You know
And
what
that's
I mean?
it's a
I
lot
had
tougher
no
than
clue
what you
about
think
this
it would
editing
be.
thing. Like you know what I mean about the editing part. I didn't know shit. Never, I started googling shit about the program I use, and then
Google's a wonderful tool.
yes, I know, and like I just found out everything that I was fucking up on. Like I just found it, and like, I'm learning. And I'll Google stuff now just that I'll think about that really don't even like you wouldn't even notice, but. It's just something that I just noticed from something else, and I was like, I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
I want this whole thing to know, like, for people to be like, go from they'll listen to like our 50th episode, and then go back to our first episode and be like, holy shit.
Man, that first episode was shit.
Yes, I want you to know, our first episode was decent. I
It
feel
was
like.
decent. It was presentable, but at the same time, I am so glad that we're sitting here doing so much better
Yes,
now.
I know. Me
and
too.
I know that
me
in the
too.
50th episode,
yes.
it's going to kick
We're
ass
doing-
even more
we're
than now.
doing better. We're doing
Yeah,
better. I feel
yeah.
like we start
This
out
is
good.
a
We're doing better.
learning
But anyways,
process.
I want people to see us evolve, like from my editing stance to like our overall conversation to like what we bring to just like everything we're doing. Like,
Yeah, the first episode, I was homeless. I'm not homeless anymore.
holy shit, yes.
long
Y'all saw
way.
Tyler evolve from being homeless eating Subway bread
Shut
the fuck up.
I never once went to Subway and got the bread. Although I did eat Subway like one of those times during the week.
living
but-
in a house. Or,
Yeah, man. Not being a couch surfer, bumming off people's couches. But
bumming off
seriously
his
though, man, if you
girlfriend's
think about
couch
that,
now,
that's
you know
how
she
life
makes you sleep
all
on the
that's
couch.
how
If I
all
was
life
Sam,
is.
I would make you sleep on the couch.
Shut the fuck up.
Just a dick, I would. I love
wouldn't
Sam.
doubt
I
it.
feel like she's that person that'd be like, you know what? This is my place. You'd deserve it too.
I would.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not a bum by no means. Whatever else, I will be a
They had a
50-50
house, the lease went
relationship.
up. It don't make a fuck.
Yeah,
he
it make a
wasn't
fuck.
homeless. He's just kind of homeless. If you,
I'm only
he's
80%
fucking
homeless.
He's homeless.
I'm only 80% homeless.
It was a very short early 20s crisis.
yeah.
I mean, everybody's got it. Everybody's been there. Tough times always
I've been
fucking around the
homeless a
corner
couple
for a lot of
times.
people. You know, I mean, it's fucking sucks. But guess what? I've been to the bottom of the barrel,
Yeah,
and I
that's
realized I
another
didn't like the
thing. If
person
you
I
ever
was
go
when
to
I was at the bottom of the barrel.
No, that's another thing. Like we've all been to the fucking bottom.
At least once.
I've been way on down there. Like
Yeah, Casey, you've had some pretty questionable
I
times.
went
I'm not
pretty, I
saying
went pretty
like
far down south, and I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like you can always make it through it. I'm telling you, I don't know what
if you're strong enough
you
to make it
people are
through
go-
it.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell people is like no matter what you're going through, I'm telling you, I've eaten like 3 packs of ramen noodles a week because that's all I could afford. Like for a long period of time,
I'll tell you what though, you go low enough, you're really gonna only
you
do that
learn.
once.
Yes,
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you
for
learn
sure.
so
That one
much.
time.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I
Whether
wouldn't
it's
take
drugs
none
or
of that
money.
back. I learned more in my down times than I ever would in my good times. You know what I mean? Like I learned more about life.
It makes you a stronger person.
It
Good to
does.
start.
You realize to honestly respect and appreciate the things that are there in your life that you wouldn't think about. Like honestly, like,
Like-
having fucking running water, having a house that has a roof over it that
Well, I
doesn't
mean,
have
like,
tarp on the
not
fucking roof. You
even
gotta worry
that
about
far
leaks. No,
down.
I'm saying
Yeah,
not
but I
nothing
mean,
like
not
that.
even
But I'm
that
just
far
saying.
down.
But I'm just saying, not having money to go to fucking lunch to eat fucking food. Not having money to get something to drink when you're so goddamn thirsty at work, you don't even know what to fucking do anymore, and you're drawed up. I'm just saying, like, man, life fucking sucks, and life comes at you fast.
That shit makes you appreciate it, though.
Yes, I'm telling you, you know what? You gotta fuck up to get down that low, but you can learn from them. You have to learn from them fuck ups to get back high.
You don't even have to necessarily fuck up to be down that low. People are born into shit like that, and they
Yes,
fucking
no,
make a comeback
yes,
out of
okay.
it. You don't have to fuck up to be out of that or
That's
be
a
in that
really good
situation.
point. I apologize
Some
for what I
shit- yeah,
said.
some shit happens.
Yes.
Shit does happen, yes. And if you fuck up on your own, if somebody else fucks up and it causes your life to go to shit,
Oh yeah,
whatever.
and
but
that's what sucks too. It sucks 10 times as bad. Whenever somebody else fucks up your life or like fucks you over in a really bad
Yeah,
way that affects you, and you can't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, holy shit, that just set me back so far. Like it hurts me if it's my fault and I notice it, but if it's somebody else and I just can't do nothing about it, it's just something that happened. I'm just like, fuck. Like,
and that's honestly that's empathy for other people. That's your ability. That's your ability to have empathy for other people because you know that you've been there before. You know it sucks, and people that are willing to help those people out are real motherfuckers. You know that is a genuine person. That is what makes people genuine people is the fact that they're willing to go the extra mile for someone else when it does not benefit them in any fucking way, shape, form, or fashion.
coming from a guy that tried to fight me over $30 one time.
Fuck you, motherfucker. It was the principle, and you learned the fucking point. Fuck you. It had nothing to do with the fucking money. Nothing to fucking do with the money. And I didn't even remember what you were talking about until, like, we had got to discussing that, and I forgot all about it because I was drunk that night. But either way, you learned the fucking principle of that whole situation. I made Casey a better person in one whole fucking night over $30 fucking dollars. So fuck him.
So a fact that sounds sexist, but it's just a fact. Just a random fact that I found earlier.
Okay, remember whenever I told you, like, in the beginning, you was like, so what can I say on this thing? And I was like, you can pretty much say whatever you want, but dead baby jokes wouldn't be a good idea. I also meant sexist jokes. But I really want to hear it, so go ahead and tell it.
What
I
kind of
looked up the top 10 inventions invented by women. Number 5 was the dishwasher. And I found that very humorous.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything.
I feel like you're trying to say something.
Dishwashers are important.
I mean, let it out, Nick.
Dishwashers are very useful. I grew up
They
without a
are, man.
dishwasher.
I love
I grew up without a
dishwashers, dude.
dishwasher. The last house I live in didn't have a dishwasher. The house I'm living in now does have a dishwasher.
I love it
Holy
even better.
fuck! I'm
whenever-
severely thankful for whoever the fuck came up with the dishwasher. I would like to shake their hand. I'd probably
I
even
think-
kiss that motherfucker.
I think number 12 is like chocolate chip cookies, though.
You know when my
It has a
dishwasher is
big-
my favorite, it's never like some random girl is just like, I wash the dishes. Puts them in the dishwasher. I don't have to fuck with them. That's not my favorite thing in the world.
Okay, I thought
Really
like
wanna
if
make me
you think
happy,
what the
like,
fuck
that's
Nick
it.
said was sexist, what you just said was way fucking more
No, it
sexist.
just so happens it's the opposite sex. I mean, I feel like if I was a girl, I would love for a dude.
we just like gave
but
a
I'm not a
factual
girl, I'm a
fact,
guy.
uplifting women's spirit. You just knocked a bitch down saying because
Casey,
she
I
washed your
did not.
dishes.
Casey, there's going to be 500.
Specific instance.
There's going to be 500 minimum very aggressive women picketing in our front yard.
If not that,
Dude,
you'll at least
if
get
I
hate
walk
mail.
out that door
You're
and
gonna
they
get
see
hate
me,
mail.
they're gonna be like, "Holy shit! Can I wash his dishes?"
Shut the fuck up. That is the last
my
fucking
God.
thing them bitches are gonna be thinking, Casey.
Oh, my God.
I'm so sorry.
I love
said
your
that. I
confidence,
didn't
but
mean
that's
that. I didn't
definitely not
mean
what's
that.
gonna be said.
I didn't mean that.
For the record, I am a feminist. For all you women out there getting offended right now, as is Tyler. But Casey,
Anybody else ever think feminists are like women that got tired of like not be, like this is pretty much like women that couldn't cook and just,
Casey's
like,
a
got
dick.
tired of being left on
Just throwing it
dates
out
because
there.
of it. They're just like, you know what? Fuck that. We shouldn't have to cook. But it's only because you can't cook.
I
Like,
don't know if
I
it's
can
legal
cook.
to say that in 2019.
Yeah, I think it is.
What?
I think it's legal.
Think it's legal? I don't see nothing wrong with cooking. If you can cook,
I
you can
love
cook.
cooking.
It
I
don't
usually
matter if
prep
you're a
pot
man or a
every
woman.
night.
Look at all the cooking shows on TV.
Yeah.
Half those motherfuckers are men.
I love cooking. I'm just saying, like, you know, like
Men or women.
feminists
I mean.
don't cook at all usually.
Did you just assume their genders?
Man,
No, I did not.
Oh,
Do you
dude.
know them
fuck.
personally?
Holy
Tyler.
fuck me.
Wow.
You know
We're
them
not
personal,
getting
right?
into some transgender
You know-
shit
Oh
on
my
this
goodness.
shit because I give a fuck less whether you claim to be a man or woman. You either have a dick or you have a fucking vagina. You can grow the fuck up on that third note where you think you can be something else other than those two fucking things. I
Shout
don't give a
out
fuck if you
Cookie.
want to be
Hold
claimed
on,
as an
hold
it
on.
or whatever else. Fuck you. You are a male or a female.
Holy shit, Tyler! You cannot go on rampage.
I don't give a
like
fuck.
that.
What are they gonna do? Fucking fire me? How much money do them motherfuckers give me? None. I don't give a shit less about them.
We're not giving us money now.
Whoa,
They might have.
whoa.
I'm not saying I'm gonna judge you for it.
You sound like you.
I am gonna judge you for it.
immediately
Okay,
judge him
all
pretty
right. I am judging you for it. Fuck it. I don't care. I am judging you for it.
I
For
really
the fact
don't-
that you
I really
think that it
don't
has
know.
to
Like,
make
it just
that
don't
big a
bother
fucking
me.
deal for you
The
to be
thing
called
is-
a it.
The thing is, it ain't none of my damn business.
It ain't none
the
of my
ones that
business.
are acting ignorant about this, making a big deal about the pronouns.
Yeah,
I guarantee every other transgender or
like my friends, the people
I
I
have
know
a
that
hard
are
enough-
trans or whatever
every
would make
other one-
fun of you for saying that. Like they
Yeah,
would turn
they
that
don't-
around on you and make fun of you for it. You know what I mean? And
they
that's
are
why
not down with that.
That's why, like, what you're saying doesn't bother me is because I know that my friend, not my, I wouldn't say friends. I just know some from like Bobby and them. You know,
The ignorant
but
ones-
they're funny, man. They don't get mad about that. Like they understand. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, they'll make fun of you back to let you know that hey, I'm not like I'm a normal person. Like I'll be a jackass to you just like you were to me.
the ignorant ones are just bad publicity to us.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, all it is, you're crying out for attention and shit that you don't need to do. Like,
Not in general,
You're crying
not
out for
all of them,
attention,
but
but
a lot
in
of them.
shit that doesn't need attention in.
If you're interested in that, Jordan Peterson he's a well-known speaker on this. He's a professor. I think he's Canadian. You need to look him up. But it's
Like
really smart,
RuPaul's too far. That guy's
I don't know who the fuck either one of them
okay.
is.
You don't know who RuPaul is. That's fine. I'm not going to explain it to you. Anyways, that's too far to me. But the ones that I know, like I've met personally, were all really nice people, and like they were just normal people. And like
All I'm saying
and like I
is-
said, I've watched some of them go through like people saying what you said to them, and then turn it around on them and just make everybody laugh, and then at the end of it, like everybody got along.
My only deal is, though, is I have a hard enough fucking time being polite and saying yes,
I
ma'am.
just don't give a
no,
fuck
ma'am.
enough.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
You know what? I do too.
I feel like a
but
dick for not saying that to a stranger.
I tell you what,
But then I say it, and I'm like, shit, was
if
that a
it's
guy or a
somebody
girl?
That's trans, I
You
kind of
know,
just
or
stay
how
away
the
from
fuck
that.
do you say that? Yes, it. No, it. Like, I don't give a fuck about how that is. Like, I mean,
The point is, though, Tyler, it's like
I would never disrespect them. That's my only point. But at the
Yes.
same time, it is quit fucking crying. Don't nobody give a fuck.
That's a very small percentage that cries. Though.
yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, what I'm saying is,
Most
it's
of them are
like if
decent people.
of the trans people that I met, I stayed away from terms like ma'am and sir. You know, just in case I didn't
But if
know.
you don't know
so I
they're
stayed away
trans,
from it. Yes.
If they're working at a
I've
damn
never
store,
met- I've
This is
never
also
met
very
somebody.
true too.
if they're working
Exactly.
at a store,
So I guess I've run into all good ones.
and,
see what you
and
mean.
you don't know if you assume they're a woman because it looks like a woman. You don't know anything about them. They don't know anything about you. If you say ma'am, most of the time they're not gonna jump on your ass.
No.
Well,
yeah,
not
I
down
understand
here.
what
They're
you're
not.
saying.
No, because we live in fucking Texas, where you got your ass beat for not saying it 90% of the fucking time.
Whenever you were in school, like once you
No.
get older, like nowadays, like I'll take up for somebody.
had
like,
somebody ask me
fuck
if-
that. I don't believe in fucking judging nobody.
I had
for
somebody
bullshit
ask me
like
if I was in
that.
the military the other
I
day. It kind of
understand
hurt
it's
my
kinda
feelings
odd.
to think that the only way you're gonna get a respectable kid nowadays is if they were in the military before they fucking came out and say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Hold the door open for other people. Say thank you.
I have a lot. I have a,
I
lot
have a
of
little
good friends.
respect, but I mean,
Yeah.
that just kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, being my age, and knowing that an elderly person asked me and said, "Were you in the military?" Because I'm polite to you.
Just because you're being polite.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't say. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say. I'd be offended. I'd be.
I'm not
disappointed.
offended. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
offended by no means. I'm not knocking our military.
I understand what you're
Shout out
saying.
to those
Yeah.
guys. I didn't have the balls to go sign up to go fight over war for
I
our
didn't
country.
either. Yeah,
not
I'm-
saying
I'm
not saying I don't. I mean, I just I
I don't
didn't
have the balls to do it. I ain't gonna
All
lie.
right,
Like,
fuck it, I didn't
just,
have the balls
I just,
to do it.
I
I'll
just
be
don't
honest
have the
with you.
balls to go over and do that.
I don't, man. It's a very big
That's a
controversy.
specific person.
Not to
and,
mention for you to
and
come
I'm
back.
glad those people are specific people. But
Yeah,
I'm just not
for you
that
to come back. Look at the fucking rate of PTSD
I
of
have a
military
podcast,
people that
guys.
serve.
I'm not military material.
I'm not either. You know what I'm saying?
You know
But
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, though. It's like,
I would end up trying to have a conversation with the motherfucker I had to kill before I'd kill him, you know? And I'd probably
Yeah, I'd be like, hey,
this
man,
guy really
look,
is not that
I'm
bad.
so
I don't know if we
sorry."
should keep him here. We should probably let him go, you know?
And he'd be like, "Damn, how did this dumbass sneak up on me
exactly,
like that?"
though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be good for it.
Yeah, no, not me
I
neither.
feel like I'd be like a good secret agent.
But at
or
the same,
something.
but at the same time, I mean, people have their reasons for living this life, and those are those people's reasons. I'm forever thankful for 'em. First responders and police officers. Holy shit, man!
So if any independent contractors need like a secret agent, like I'm down.
Shut the fuck
Strange
up. Casey.
times out there, man.
This is not a fucking. This is not a resume for you, okay?
I will
if
quit this
anybody hears
podcast
Casey,
right now.
if anybody hears Casey on this podcast and gives him a job off of it, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm not going to talk to you no more.
God.
That's fucked up.
It's
that
not
you would even think
fucked
that about
up.
your
It's
friend,
not
man.
fucked
oh
up,
my goodness.
but
No,
I'm
I'm
not-
thinking, how would an employer be like, "I want that guy"?
Oh,
I want
that's
that guy
fucked
right there.
up. Fucked up both
He
of you
said
guys.
"fuck" 12 times in the last 10 seconds. I
We
want
should hire him.
I want
saying
him talking
sounds
about
like-
customers.
He sounds like.
Fuck
I tell you what.
fuck
I think.
fuck
I think
fuck
some
you, fuck
pipelines
you,
are hiring
fuck
right
you,
now.
and fuck you.
No, I'm good.
Casey, you drunk?
Are you drunk, Casey? Do we need to have a rehab edition for you? I'm just asking.
Looks like one of us might be passing out early tonight.
It's not neither one of us. It's you,
I'm just
Casey.
go to the bar.
You go to the bar.
I am.
Tote your ass and
I am.
I hope
TYA.
you're Ubering.
Whiskey
TYA,
Myers,
take
TYA.
your ass.
In case y'all ain't ever heard old school Whiskey Myers, TYA.
Something you can't find on iTunes. Something you can't find on fucking Spotify. You got to YouTube this shit to find it. Whiskey Myers' original music was pretty fucking good, but we're not gonna get into that spill this week. That'll be another artist of the week.
Yeah,
Although
we'll do Whiskey Myers.
I do love Whiskey Myers, they are pretty fucking good.
But I am pretty lit. It's been a pretty good day.
I am on my way to getting lit. I've got to go get something to eat.
Today was a good day.
What was that?
So I think
What?
I think Doris left with you last night, Tyler, because like she come down the hallway. She's
I'm a pretty good looking motherfucker. I don't doubt that Doris left with me.
Doris is a ghost.
Doris is a ghost that lives
That
in the
lives
single
in his
wide that
house.
we're in. We're
It's
honestly in
cool,
Doris's house and
She's
recording off
chill.
of Doris's laptop. so
She opened a door.
she gets
last
some
night.
endorsements
It's
off
pretty
this
crazy.
show. We just don't know where the fuck they're gonna go yet.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
In
Never
case you didn't hear that, she opened a door last night.
Yeah, a door that like you got like pick up and lift it to open because like the hinges are fucked up because we're in a single wide. But I'm just telling you, like it shouldn't have happened.
That's about as scary as when my boot randomly fell over.
I don't believe in ghosts, but Doris has me pretty convinced now. I'm 27 years old. And I ain't never believed in ghosts. So I always thought that was bullshit till I lived in this house. And
I mean, it's
now
not
I'm just
scary
like,
though.
Oh, it's
No, not
scary.
at all. It's more
She's
like,
friendly.
Like, Doris
she
pretty
just
much
likes
my
fucking
grandma.
with us in a way.
I don't know. I don't appreciate it.
I'm not saying.
Wasn't Doris Matt's grandma?
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
Doris was Matt's grandma.
But I was the one that had breakfast with her on Saturday mornings and went and saw her. And
so she loves Nick. So
Oh,
we got the
she's
good
here
luck
for
charm
you.
with to
I
sit
didn't
on the
know
couch.
that. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right, Nick. That's cool. Hi, Doris.
yeah, we got the good luck charm sitting
Nick
with us
said
on the
you're
couch.
a nice lady.
one rough woman.
A rough one.
Hmm.
Man, her. Yeah.
I only saw her with shoes on, like at church. That's about it.
What?
She didn't wear no shoes, man.
She didn't wear no shoe. Wait, even to church?
No, I'm saying except for church. Like she didn't have no shoes on.
Like never?
She's a country woman. Like, she just walked
She didn't
barefoot
need 'em,
everywhere.
man.
Outside.
I mean, I know
They had a
some women like
garden out. They
that.
had a garden out here, didn't they?
I'm not saying
She
I know
has
women
some
that's gone
flippers.
barefoot, but I've known a woman to wear flip flops.
Man, I tell you what,
364
no, time
days
out.
out of
I have a
365
story.
days a
I have
year.
a story. I have a story. I have a story.
What? Shout out to Jackie Sue, by the way. That's who I know that wears the flip flops 364 days out of the year out of 365. Obviously, that was pretty dumb to
365
mention that last part.
So, anyways,
I just learned something.
I went to Clinton, Arkansas one year to the chuck wagon races, and
How the fuck did that happen, Casey?
So I went to the Chuck Wagon races in Clinton, Arkansas one year, and there was this lady. She was in a dress that was clearly handmade. All right, and she didn't have no shoes on, but she had spurs on, and she was riding the fuck out of a horse all weekend.
Oh my
She
God.
looked like she
That
ain't
has to be-
made in like weeks. Her teeth were fucked. It was crazy. She was riding around. I was like, man. But you go there, man. You see mountain people that they come out the woods to go to the grocery store once a year, and they come out the woods to go to Clinton, Arkansas once a year, and that's it. Like, you see people like that. It was wild, but she
I
was
think
riding
that-
the shit out of that horse. And I was like, man, son, like, that's a rough bitch right there.
I think that has to be the most redneck thing I've ever fucking heard.
Man, that's mountain men. That ain't redneck at
That's
all.
Arkansas
mountain
people.
Yes. Holy shit, yes it is. Perfect example of just
Why
anybody
you
from
shouldn't leave
Arkansas.
Texas.
Yeah.
No,
Don't
I'm just
go
kidding.
up to like small town Arkansas.
Some small towns in Arkansas are questionable,
I-
but you know what? Some
There's a lot
small
of good
towns in
ones, too.
Texas are really questionable.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of questionable small towns in Texas.
We're sitting in Ma, Texas right now, the meth capital of the state.
I don't know. Have you ever been to Meth
if it
Cloud?
ain't, it's damn. Yeah, McLeod's pretty bad. up there,
McLeod's
too.
pretty fucking rough.
Meth cloud.
Man, Maud and yeah, McLeod.
That's funny.
Yeah, McLeod and Maud, those are two bad places. But Bryansville, I think is what he's doing. Marietta.
Shit, the only reason I know about McLeod is because we played them in baseball in high school. That's the only time I've ever even
That's
heard
all they
about
have is
McLeod.
baseball. They don't have a football
They
team.
had a basketball team and a cross country
yeah,
team.
they, yeah, they did
Basketball.
too.
No football team. They only had 11 people that graduated in each class. So
I had 40 in my class, and we were like the biggest class.
I had 40.
To
I
roll
graduated with 46 people. I had one black guy named Stanley Moore. Shout out Stan Moe. Young Josie Wells. Josie Wells Jr. I'm serious. Go listen to him.
I
Josie
gradu-
Wells Jr. Shout out.
I've only
He got
I
songs.
graduated with I think like a little under 300 in my class. I had a pretty big class.
I couldn't imagine. That was more
Where'd
than
you
my whole
graduate?
high school.
I graduated from Pleasant Grove, man.
That
That's
was
right,
more
I
than
knew
my
that.
whole
I
high
knew
school.
Went to the
I
rich
couldn't
kids' school.
imagine
I knew
just
that.
like-
I went to the rich kids school,
That's why you're
and
so
not being a
fucked
rich
up.
kid at the rich kids school is kind of funny. You have friends in all areas, literally all areas, and so that's why I think I'm close to everybody because I can relate to everybody. I mean, I got invited to quite a few things that I went to, and I was like, holy fuck. Speaking of, one of my best friends was like the graduated valedictorian of our class, Nick Cockrell. Awesome ass guy. Cool as
Something about
shit.
the name, man.
Like a brother to me in high school, no doubt. We haven't been that
But he
close
like
since we
you name
graduated,
dropping
but it was
him,
just
he
one of
looked
those
pretty
people
vulgar.
that we were so close in high school that it's okay. You know, like I can see him 10 years from now. We're probably going to have the same conversations like we would back then. But man, me and that cat were tight as shit. And we were brought together by football and other stuff like that. But where Nick lost me at one time is the fact that we had a senior banquet and he tells me to wear whatever to it. It's not important. And I get off of working in the mechanic shop. So obviously I look like shit, but I didn't want to be late. So all I had on was a t-shirt and some blue jeans. You could tell I've been working. That's all I'm going to say. I go to the senior banquet. They are in almost damn near three-piece suits.
That is not their fault. You should have known that.
I asked the motherfucker. I've never even been to a senior banquet or known anything
I can
about a
vouch
senior
for that.
banquet.
I went to Seth Sullivan's wedding that time in blue jeans and a t-shirt. And apparently it was a formal wedding, so everybody there was in suits and ties and stuff.
Talk about feeling like you ain't shit.
No, man, I went in there like a baller. I didn't
That's
I
a
didn't
given,
care at all,
though.
but I was just like,
Banquet?
Yeah, but I mean,
banquet,
I didn't know, man.
banquets are always.
I
show up
never.
like
I
you've
mean,
been
I
sleeping on
was
somebody's
a
couch.
senior in high school. I never fucking went to a banquet before in my whole fucking life. How the fuck was I supposed to know that you're supposed to be dressed down to a T? Although I did have one of the funniest things I'll never ever forget happen to me while I was there.
Don't disappoint me.
We're at the back of the line, or I'm at the back of the line. Not saying whatever, but I just really wasn't in that big a rush. The food was free or whatever else, and I was kind of happy about it. It was honestly funny. And I was just like, hell yeah, we got free Olive Garden tonight? That's awesome, man. So
You
I'm
got
in
Olive
line or
Garden.
whatever else. Mind you, I went to a rich kid's school. Okay? So
I don't eat Olive Garden.
the
so
chick
yeah,
in front of me or whatever else, she's grabbing her plate or whatever, and I will never forget the words that came from her mouth. She said, the plates aren't heated. I'm at the back of the line by all these motherfucking other degenerates, and we can't help but bust out fucking laughing. I have never heard
Heated
anybody
plates.
bitch over getting free food for heated plates. Like, holy
God.
shit, are you fucking kidding me? Heated plates? That's even a thing? I didn't even know that was a throw that motherfucker in the microwave then, I guess.
I would have had to have said something. I could not have kept my words
I couldn't
to
help but
myself.
laugh.
What
I
would
felt-
she do if her parents were like, "Hey, you're gonna have to make that payment on your Mercedes this month"?
I mean,
Oh.
seriously, dude. I
Can I take
remember
that out
her
of my
name.
my
And if
savings
she
daddy?
ever listens
No.
to this, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not knocking her. She's probably a great person or wherever else. I really don't know her nowadays. but
Probably.
Yeah.
I ain't guaranteeing nothing.
yeah. I'm not guaranteeing anything on that one. But anyways, dude, just the fact that happened, I was just like, holy shit. I'm so glad this is my senior year and
I
I don't have
wouldn't
to be
have made
around
it.
these people any
I was about to
longer.
say,
Man, I tell you what, I used to have this badass apartment in
Yeah.
Texarkana, and it had these 2 heater bulbs, like heat lamps above where you get out of the shower. So you flip those on, and it would heat the floor from the ceiling outside the shower, and it was like, you know, it had heat coming down, had a fan in it and everything. Man, I'm telling you, that was like the most awesome thing in the world. You know, you get out of the shower and you're cold, so you
That's-
dry off inside the shower.
that's pretty cool.
No, you jump out the shower, you in the heater, dog. Even in the summertime, you know, it's still good because you got the air conditioner on. You just scrub, oh man, it was awesome.
Feel
I
great.
loved it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can-
I've
I
never
can-
had that since, but I tell you what, I'm gonna have it.
In the same
Again
sense,
one
like
day.
when you hear someone saying, "Man, dude, I can't go in another truck without a heated steering wheel," you're like, "What a pussy."
Yeah, I've never.
But I'm
had a
telling you
heated
right now,
steering wheel.
I drove a truck with a
I've
heated
nev-
steering
I've
wheel.
had one
You
truck with
don't
heated
realize,
seats.
you don't remember how fucking cold that steering wheel is until you get into a truck that doesn't have a heated steering wheel, and you're like, "Fuck, my hands are cold."
Man, I tell you what,
I know why
did-
them older men drive with gloves on.
I took for granted the whole Bluetooth audio thing through the radio.
Oh, man.
I've never had it to the truck I have now, other than one other time. But I didn't have that truck very long. I sold it. But anyways, man, I'm telling you, that's the best thing ever. Just to be able to just like press the little thing on your
Shit'll
on your
spoil
steering
you.
wheel. I know, man. But that's
man.
sad that like it's 2019 and that's the first like last November, not this past November, November before last, basically, was the first time I've ever had Bluetooth in a truck that I actually used, and I was like, man, this is so convenient.
Man, it is though. It is though.
It was awesome. Oh,
I'd
we're
still
done.
rather
We're
drive
done. It's fucking 50 minutes. I'm out. Well, guys, this is the end of the show where one of us probably passed out. But you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, and iTunes. The main thing we ask is that you leave a review on whatever platform it is that you listen to us on. It helps get our name out there. We have new episodes every Monday at 6 a.m. And as always, we hope you had just as much fun as we did. Signing off is Casey Bowles, the last man standing, right here on the Texas Meltdown.